Hey y'all, welcome to Life on Goldman Road. I'm Brenda if you are new, and today we are going to be in the kitchen. Now, I have one of my favorite cookbooks. This is the yellow Bell's Best. It looks terrible because it is so used. Clarence's grandmother gave me one of these cookbooks when he and I married 33 years ago. I used it so much in the early years that it literally came apart. The spine just said enough and broke. And I continued to use it for several more years until I found another one. Now this one is pretty hard used because it is that great. They're a little hard to find. You possibly could find some on Amazon, but they're pricey. We can sometimes run around to like the flea markets and different little pop-up things that they have, and you might run across some of these, but this one is what I consider the best. There are several volumes. I was trying to see if this is, I want to say this is the first one. Copyright to this one is 1981. I was in first grade. But anyway, Telephone Pioneers of America did this. Bell's Best. Look it up. It's a wonderful cookbook. So today we're going to be doing a breakfast, what I call a breakfast recipe out of this. It is a sausage quiche. Really simple, and we are going to double the recipe because we're just going to double the recipe. I have 2 deep dish pie crust. This is the easiest thing. I have not mastered making a pie crust. So this is easy for me just to buy the pre-bought ones. If you want to do your own, awesome. There is absolutely nothing wrong with that. So first things first, we need to par bake these pie crusts. And what we're going to do so they don't puff up, we're going to take a fork and kind of poke holes in the bottom of this pie crust. That way the bottom doesn't try to rise or bubble up. Let's see, we are going to bake, doesn't say how long to par bake it. Figures. And I don't remember par baking it in the past, to be quite honest. Let's see what this is. All right. Bake an empty pie crust, 400 degrees, 10 to 12 minutes or until light brown. Now here's the thing. This has got to bake 35 to 40 minutes. So I'm trying to think, did I ever do this in the past? Because I don't think I did. Because it bakes so long. I will post the original recipe down below. But we're going to be using breakfast sausage. Let me grab it out of the fridge. I got hot. You use your preference. If you like the sage or the maple or regular, whatever you prefer. I actually was going to do this with some venison sausage, and we've also got some hog sausage in the freezer that Clarence picked up the other day from our hogs that were processed. But because they're frozen and I wanted to do this tonight for breakfast in the morning, I just grabbed some at the grocery store today. So we're gonna brown that up. The original recipe calls for a half a pound. Well, this is a pound and I don't wanna, we're just gonna double it. So a half pound of pork sausage, a half a cup of onion, 1.5 cups of sharp cheddar cheese shredded, 2 tablespoons of flour, 3 eggs beaten, a small can of evaporated milk, 2 teaspoons of parsley flakes, and 1 pie crust. We're going to preheat the oven to 375. Cook the sausage, cheese, onions, and flour. Mix well. We're going to cook the sausage and then we're going to mix in the cheese. No, we're going to cook the onion with the sausage because I don't want raw onion. And then we'll mix in the cheese and flour. Spread that in the pie shell. Beat the eggs, milk, and parsley flakes and pour over the sausage mixture. Bake on a baking sheet for 35 to 40 minutes or until the filling is set. Easy. Now, I like to do this for breakfast strictly because it's easy. It reheats wonderfully. Was there not? There's usually parchment paper between the pie shells, right? Not today. Not today. All right. So let me get to browning this sausage and the onion. All right, this is almost done, and I like to get my sausage with a little bit of brown on it. So we're just gonna keep cooking. It's got some good color forming already. I'm not sure if you can see that. But when I get finished with this is the only cooking we have to do until we get it all in our pie shell. And I want to think I've done everything in one pie shell before, but it would probably be very full. Should we try for one? Because that is a deep dish pie shell. We're going to try to do this whole pound of sausage and onion, but we're going to do just the regular amounts with the rest of the recipe. So it'll be double sausage, and then we'll see how we are with the eggs. But this looks great. And this is very lean. There's hardly any fat drippings down in there. So we're just going to kind of set this to the side for just a second. Now, I have not made this for years. We have been in this house for 9 years. We were in our first house 3 years. And then we lived in a trailer before. And we were living in the trailer the last time I made this. So, it's a little fuzzy, but we're going to get there. So, I'm going to go ahead and just wrap up one of these pie shells and just stick it back in the freezer because I think we're going to be able to do it all in one. We'll just have extra meat. All right, I'm going to go ahead and do the 2 tablespoons of flour and the 1.5 cups of cheese over our sausage mixture. So let me grab that. All right, this comes together very quickly. We are down to putting our ingredients in with our eggs. So we've got 3 eggs, our 2/3 cup of evaporated milk, and I am adding in some dried parsley. And I had a whole can of evaporated milk. I will Google and see what else I can use it with. So anyway, we have our eggs, our milk, and our parsley, and we're just gonna whisk that together. Our oven is preheating to 375. And just in case, because this does take a while to cook, we may have to top it with foil just to prevent our pie shell from getting too dark. So there is our egg mixture. So I went on and put our cheese and our sausage. I probably put closer to 2 cups, but is there such thing as too much cheese? I don't think so. All right, so sausage, onion, cheese, flour, egg, milk, parsley flakes, and a crust. Let's assemble. All right, I brought you over so I hope you can see. So here is our pie shell. I did not par bake it. We're just gonna go with it. Here is our sausage mixture. Let's hope it doesn't fill it up. If it does, we'll just take some out and do the 2 pie. Sorry, y'all are having to see the bottom of my pan. All right. Now, of course, since I used the whole pound of sausage, this is going to be meaty, but that is okay because we like that. All right, into the sink. Let me grab the egg mixture. Okay. And I'm not going to add any salt to this because our sausage should be fairly salty, and I did not add any pepper because, hello, hot pepper. Hot sausage, I mean. All right, so I think we're good there. All this egg is going to seep down into all of this yummy. Making sure my sausage is underneath the egg. You don't have to do this. This was just, okay, so pretty, so pretty. Okay, we are gonna put this in the oven as soon as it preheats. Sorry, my dogs just came back in. Now I'm gonna put this on a small cookie sheet just in case it bubbles over a little bit. So, let me find the cookie sheet I want. I have about a cup, about a cup of evaporated milk left. And so I am, oh, there goes our oven. I am researching recipes so I can use that later on this week. But let's go ahead and get this in the oven. Now while that is cooking, I have some watermelon. I got a watermelon this past week when we went to the grocery store, and it is very good. It's not quite watermelon season, but I love watermelon, and I'll take it just about any time of the year as long as I can find a good one. Now the question is, do you eat your watermelon just plain, or do you sprinkle it with salt? I'm a salt girl, always have been, but a good sweet watermelon is good any way you can get it. Now let me share some things that we've done this week. I will show you our garden, and we are having actual produce come from it. I have picked a few squash. Matter of fact, I have this one here on the counter. It seems like we're getting one here and one there. This will actually be my 3rd one that I have picked, but I looked this afternoon and I probably have 2 to 3 more that will probably be ready in the next day or 2. So hopefully I will have enough to do a squash casserole. That's kind of one of those things that I'm wanting to try. The other two squash that I picked, I just diced those up and fried them. I fry them like our green tomatoes. Matter of fact, our last one, I did put in a batch of green tomatoes just because that's what we were having that night. So I did that. Now, Clarence and Grayson also went through the potatoes. You know, we had 9 barrels of potatoes. This is our first year of ever even trying to grow potatoes. Nope, I take that back. We tried potato towers last year and did absolutely nothing. So Clarence wanted to try in the barrels this year. We get big tubs for a nutrition lick for our cows. So it's a 200-pound tub when the lick is in there. I'm not sure how big the barrel is, but it is large. And Clarence and Grayson dug those 9 barrels of potatoes this week. Now, we were late getting planted, so we had some little bitty potatoes. And I would plant 100 more barrels just to listen to Grayson giggle and laugh and pick those tomatoes off of those plants. I will show you that video. There you go.
I like to take them all like peanuts, think.
Put those little bitty ones in your bucket. They'll eat.
You want that?
Yeah. No, in your yeah. Those are a little small for French fries, but yeah. We'll make some French fries out of the big ones.
On your face.
Show me what you got. Oh, yeah. Good job.
I have a big one.
Yeah. Is that not just the sweetest? He was a little apprehensive at first by getting his hands in the dirt, but once he found that first potato, it was get out of the way and let me dig. We were so proud of him that he got in there and helped. I have gotten a few banana peppers picked and Mama enjoys those. So our okra and everything else is coming along beautifully. I did this afternoon when I was peeking around, I noticed a couple of cantaloupes already on the vine, so I will be marking and watching those closely to make sure no animal gets in there and gets my first cantaloupe. So I'm excited about those as well. But anyway, that's other than that, Clarence has been in the hayfield again. It is that time of the year. He has got our final field of hay cut down today, as a matter of fact. So it's going to be a few days before he can get that baled up, as long as it doesn't rain on it. This time of the year, it's kind of a 50-50 chance. We have pop-up showers in the afternoons, and sometimes they can be large. So we cut and try to just make the best decision that we can. But anyway, that's kind of what life is doing right now. So we still have some time on our quiche. I'm going to continue to enjoy my watermelon, and I'll be right back. Here's our potatoes. They are in the process of drying right now, so they're on my table in cardboard boxes. Now, we have shared some and we have cooked some, so that's why you're seeing an empty space right there. And yes, it's probably not a lot for 9 barrels, but for our first time, we are extremely happy with what we do have. We are very blessed. These are the little ones I was talking about the size of popcorn, but he was so tickled to find the little ones. And I will have to say, the other night when we had potatoes, I did a thickening gravy, and Clarence spent time, and the skin is very, very thin, and Clarence scrubbed and scraped all of the skin off, which is not very hard because, like I said, it's very, very thin. But when you have several this size, or even this size that's tiny, it takes time. But anyway, we and they're still dirty. I have not cleaned them because I wanted them to dry and cure. But we have some good size, and then we have littles. So, but for a first potato harvest, very, very happy. All right, here it is out of the oven. I will do my best to remember to show it to you when I cut it in the morning. Okay, here it is. I like mine with a little grape jelly, but you can eat it just as is. But here we are. We have breakfast. All right, y'all, that was breakfast. Clarence had 2 slices. I had my slice, and half of it's gone. I think Clarence was a little disappointed that I did not go ahead and do the 2 like I talked about last night. And next time I probably will. Like I said, it had been a while since I had made this, and it was a full slice. It wasn't anything over. Probably just needed some more eggs. So I think if I'd have used half of the mixture and then the 3 eggs, I think it would have been a really good balance. But we love it. We will have it again. Now, again, I like mine with some grape jelly, just a little bit of sweetness to offset that little kick of the hot sausage. But anyway, it is great. So I will post the recipe down below if you want to try and make this. But I have got to get out of here and get my day going. I have got some other things to get started. So I love and appreciate each and every one of you. And until next time, I'll see you later.